Hi everyone. Um, I got the latest. Thought about opening the phone, but that brings problems into it, and I know that I'm in a year or maybe even two, this phone is going to be very obsolete. This is going to work. You're going to be with me doing this experiment. So let's start. Let's get going. So first, what I'm going to do is, of course, I've never opened this. So that's why I'm going to start right now. I'm going to open this kit. I'm sure you can buy this in Walmart. I've had this for quite some time. Um, it's a material that is very alike a windshield. So I thought this was going to be it. So I'm going to follow the instructions to a point. You clean it. I did. Um, Take the adhesive disc and peel the back end off of one side of the adhesive disc. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's open this up. Take the whole thing out. Adhesive disc, alcohol prep. I cleaned this with a glass cleaner, but let's make sure that there are no on the Samsung phone. You cannot take the batteries out. I don't know who was genius to come up with that concept, but so I had to turn it off. So now we're back over here. We're taking line up the pedestal. I guess this is the pedestal. We have to. Here we go. So we're peel off the other side, line up the pedestal. Let's see where they're going with this. Ah, I see. You're going to be injecting this formulation into it, and wait for it to set. So this is very straightforward. In fact, we don't need anything. This is all we need. This is the resin. Apparently, you inject the resin into this. There's nothing. I don't see any type of chemical in here. So it's only just the resin. The resin is the one that does all the work. Let's see what we do. Let's see how we can do this. Apparently, you take this. You cut off the end. Let's just do that. That's a solid core, so apparently this is what they want you to do. Take off. There we go. So what they are trying to tell us is that we want to this is my reasoning. We do this. I'm introducing this into the chip itself. Now, according to this, this is going to um, So I introduce this. There's a small chip here in the corner naturally. This chip is now covered as far as I can see. I believe that the chip has been replaced by the liquid, the resin. The resin now covers the chip. I wanted to make sure that this actually continues the cover there. Now it's completely covering the chip. The chip is about 1 millimeter in diameter, and it's rough. So when you rub it against it, you can feel the chip. There are two striations, one on the corner and one that goes further out, about on the 1 centimeter from the corner out into the screen. Now there is no discoloration on the screen so far. I believe that this is the safest way for you to fix your phone if all you have is a chip. I turned it on to make sure that there is there's no discoloration, and there isn't. I'm gonna put one more drop of this in that corner in my attempt to replace that, because every time yeah, this is where I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop there because we don't want to introduce too much liquid into that corner, and then it'll end up bleeding into the digitizer. I think that we may have, there is, like I said, there's no discoloration, and that's because the glass and the digitizer is one piece, and this is why they want to charge so much money for the repair, because in the old phones, older than these, the glass was one piece and the digitizer was another, was underneath, and so you could separate the two by putting heat around it and separating them. Now the process is a lot more complicated, and the tolerances on this is even smaller than before. You can't really introduce anything in there without doing damage to this. The backing that you get from an aftermarket supplier, which is what you're going to end up doing if you order it online, is going to be subpar, and is going to separate at one point, and you're going to end up with an even bigger problem. This is why I chose not to open the phone and to address the chip itself. And being that this is a resin, it's going to harden up as it cures. According to this, if you have it on the direct UV light, because this is naturally a windshield, if you do this in direct sunlight, it should cure in 15 minutes. I am right now under LED lights, so these LED lights do not produce any ultraviolet radiation, so I'm going to have to either get a lamp, or I'm going to have to give it some more time. So I'm going to give it about good 45 minutes to let it cure, and if I need to put another drop in there. But I think that this fix has been successful. I don't see any I don't see any evidence of further damage, and any fix is a good fix if it works, of course. So I think that this has been my micro project for today. And again, the lesson here that I learned is, um, when you get a new phone, immediately get the strongest case that you can possibly get for them. Sometimes I understand that you can't really swipe all that well, and you can't really push um, with any accuracy. However, it's better than spending $400 and you don't have your phone for a few days, because everywhere I went, they wanted to hold the phone for at least a week, and this is during the holidays, so who knows when I would get my phone back. So remember, if you want to try it yourself and you want to experiment, the windshield repair kit, I'm pretty sure you can pick this up in Walmart. It's a pretty big box. It has all of the instructions, and it doesn't hurt any. You better off doing something like this than to letting it degrade over time, because a chip is going to run. If you hit that chip one more time, that styration is going to take your whole phone. I've actually this past week I've seen somebody that had their phone, and their phone was completely, all you see were the styrations of the phone, completely useless. When you have it like that, all you have is these ugly cracks. Although the phone will still work, you it's almost embarrassing to just like walk around with a phone in that state. I'm pretty sure this is why the manufacturers went ahead and did it the way they did, because you have you trade off the pretty bezel, the wraparound bezel, for something like that to happen. And the thing is that I have the Edge, the Samsung Note Edge. I think it's a Note 4, and nothing happened to it. There was nothing physically wrong with it, but I hate to say this, and I'm not about conspiracies, but AT&T, and this has always been the case, because I've had cellular phones before they even were like this. AT&T has the habit of sending the signal to so-called update, and they'll break your phone. And your phone will never be the same if you keep letting them do updates every time they want to send these updates. I lost programs. I lost the usability of the phone. In fact, perfectly working Note Edge, but now I have it just as a music server. That is a very sad ending for such a good device. But they want you to just keep buying from them. So that's the reality of having a cell phone these days. So with that, I'm going to close. I see the chip has been covered with a clear coat of resin. So I'm going to call this one a successful fix. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon. We got more videos coming. So I'm sorry we've been very slow, but I've been kind of sick, and I've got and with the holidays and all of that, it hasn't been very conductive for videos. So thank you for watching. See you later.